Derbyshire pulled off a stunning 9-wicket win, their first in the LV County Championship this summer, as they defeated second-place Sussex at the Brighton and HoveJobs.com ground with a day to spare. Yet it was Sussex who had the slight edge as the penultimate day began in Hove. Sussex resumed their second innings on 11 for 1 for a lead of 51, but lost Luke Wells to the third ball as he was turned around by Tim Groenewald to edge to slip. Sussex made a bad start, which would have given Derbyshire plenty of hope. Michael Yardy fell in the fourth over of the morning, nicking Mark Foote behind. And then in the next over, night watchman Lewis Hatchett was bang in front to Groenewald. The two Derbyshire opening bowlers were producing sensational spells, and when Rory Hamilton-Brown was LBW to a fast Yorker from Foote, they'd reduced Sussex to 29 for 5, effectively 69 for 5. Derbyshire have waited all summer long for a day like this one, and now they had to keep it going. They have matched sides before letting things slip, but not this time in spite of a 33-run partnership for the 6th wicket between Ed Joyce and Luke Wright. The wicket of Joyce was always going to be the big one, and so what a moment it was for debutant Matt Higginbottom when he found some movement through the air to have the Irishman leg before for 17. 5 wickets had fallen in just over an hour, but Sussex wouldn't have given up hope yet. 9 overs passed by without any more drama, until Ben Brown edged the other Derbyshire debutant Alex Hughes to Shivnarine Chanderpaul at 87 for 7. Wright and Chris Jordan survived until lunch, but the 2 hours of the morning had been the best session for the visitors all year. Could they now finish things off to give themselves a real chance of a major upset? Jordan and Wright tried to answer that in the negative as they put on 37 runs for the 8th wicket, taking their side 164 runs ahead. Just when it looked as if Sussex would now pull away from their opponents, Groenewald produced some magic. Importantly, he broke this stand as Wright went fishing and nicked him behind to go for 49. Then his partner Foote again found some swing to have Steve McGoffin LBW, leaving it to Groenewald to bowl Jordan off the bottom edge to finish with the brilliant figures of 5 for 40, his second fifer of the summer. Sussex had been blown away for just 133. That left Derbyshire 174 to get, but with the ball moving through the air and off the pitch, Sussex would still have fancied their chances. After all, they had only lost one game before this season, even if that was their last one, when Middlesex defeated them at this very ground by 10 wickets. Worryingly for Sussex, their form in all forms of the game has been poor in the last month, and so they now needed to dig deep. Instead, that's just what the Derbyshire openers, Ben Slater and Chesney Hughes, did. They also decided to be positive, wanted to get the job done as quickly as possible. Jordan was convinced that he'd trap Hughes in front before too much damage was done. He may have had a point. Hughes reacted to that close call by hammering Monty Panesar for a 6, as the visitors quickly knocked off 69 of the runs in 14 overs. The home side were given hope though when Hughes on 34 let a ball from Jordan crash into his stumps. So 105 were still wanted, and for a team not used to winning 4-day games, that was by no means going to be a breeze. That's what Sussex would have been telling themselves, but Slater and Wayne Madsen, whose 97 in the first innings had kept his side in touch with their opponents, did what they needed to do by surviving through to tea, which was taken with their side on 101 for 1, with only 73 more wanted. Slater was one of 5 Derbyshire Academy products in this side, and the 21-year-old in only his 5th championship match would have been delighted to have his captain Madsen at the other end to guide him through some nervous times. Without doubt, Madsen has deserved a day like this, the first one of the summer where his side has been the dominant force. Just 47 were required when Slater caressed Panesar through the covers for his 7th 4 to reach his maiden championship 50 and his first for the county, and what a time to get it, just when it meant so much to his team. It had come off 94 balls to make this a day to remember for the young man. Madsen also reached a 50 for the 9th time this summer, with his occupying only 59 deliveries, with this being his 9th boundary. He really has had an exceptional season, and by the end of this knock, only 2 batsmen had scored more championship runs than him this year. In the end, it was all rather easy for Derbyshire, who, with this one win, have increased their chances of staying up this year enormously. Rightly, it was their captain and talisman, Madsen, who hit the winning run in only the 43rd over, as he ended on 62 with Slater finishing unbeaten on an excellent 66. It was a moment for Derbyshire and their supporters to savour, and given the way they've been thrashed in their last two contests, it showed an enormous amount of character. They took the game by 9 wickets with a day to spare to take 21 points to Sussex's 6. For them, this was a second successive loss, although they remain in second place in the table. Derbyshire are still bottom, of course, but they are now also only one win away from the safety line, and the likes of Surrey, Somerset and even Nottinghamshire will certainly take note of this wonderful win.